We had a very interesting and eventful day today. We made our trek from Connecticut into New York City.
With an Uber.
With an Uber, yeah. 3-hour Uber ride.
It was exhausting.
Yeah, it ended up taking an extra hour because of traffic, and it was just kind of crazy ride into town.
I don't like the city.
Yeah, we're not big fans of the city. It's
many people.
It's just so crowded, and like it's just not it's not us, I don't think. So why would two RVers who love the quiet life choose to go to New York City of all places? Stick around to find out. Yeah, so you know, we probably never mentioned this on the channel, but Open Roads EFS, I know you've probably heard of it on other people's YouTube channels and that kind of stuff. I really like it because you can take the truck and the fifth wheel through the tractor trailer lanes and the truck stop, and it just is a lot safer to navigate in and out. It does save you some money, and occasionally it saves you a lot of money. I couldn't believe it. We're in Stonington, Connecticut, or in the Connecticut area, and it was $5.19 a gallon for diesel up here, and the price for Open Roads was around $3.60. So we just saved $61.52. So $149.25 would have been almost $2.10. So I don't know if you can see.
They upgraded us to a terrace balcony. How interesting.
Pretty awesome.
I want to see what this looks like.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
What is this?
That's very interesting.
You get out of here. It's got a lock up there.
Oh.
That's so cool, right?
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
We got here and then we went up to Times Square, had some Chick-fil-A, and meandered around for a couple of hours.
Mm-hmm.
Went to Hershey's Chocolate World. Got this. I'm super excited to try it out. I'm worried it's a little partially melted, but hopefully it'll still be good.
Yeah. It's apparently you can only buy it here because
Yeah.
it's like New York is like their test market for Hershey's. So interesting.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I'll sniff it. Smell. No, I mean it's not horrible, but it's not something I would sniff all day.
I don't think that's something. And then we went to see the movie Twisters, which we have been so excited about, in 4D at this huge theater in downtown Manhattan in Times Square, and it was amazing.
If you have never been to a 4D theater, you need to go to a 4D theater, but pick your movie wisely because it is quite a bit more expensive.
Yeah.
Like the seats move and they rumble, and then you
sprays you with mist and water and wind
and like lights, and there's like they got smoke in this one. Like we went to the Times Square one and it was huge.
Yeah, and like especially for Twisters, if you've never seen one and you have access to a 4D theater, I would go see Twisters because it was really amazing.
But it'll probably be not out anymore by the time y'all see this. But find yourself a 4D theater and see what's out and go enjoy yourself because it's like a ride.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. But it was a good time. We're tired. We put in probably 20,000 steps today, and I'm sure we're gonna have even more tomorrow with our adventure. So
we stopped and got some Krispy Kreme, so we're gonna clean up and eat some Krispy Kreme and then sleep for a long time.
Yes.
We'll see y'all tomorrow.
So, all right.
Yep. Alrighty. So this is our second day in New York City. We had every intention on going to Ellis Island today, but slept in a little bit late.
I don't regret that.
I don't regret that either. We'll have to come back and go to Ellis Island. So
Yeah.
we decided to visit the 9/11 Memorial and Museum instead today, which was good.
Good evening. Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts. The victims were in airplanes or in their offices, secretaries, businessmen and women, military and federal workers, moms and dads, friends and neighbors. Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil, despicable acts of terror. The pictures of airplanes flying into buildings, fires burning, huge structures collapsing, have filled us with disbelief, terrible sadness, and a quiet, unyielding anger. These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten our nation into chaos and retreat. But they have failed. Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America.
It's been almost a decade since we've been to the city, so they had not completed the memorial. There were still sections that were being built when we were here last time, so we got to see a bunch of new stuff that we had not seen before.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 recommended if you come up this way to visit and look at, and it's very worth it.
It's very somber, but especially for those folks that are around our age that actually remember it. I was in high school. I was a senior in high school when that happened, and so I certainly remember all the details and what the day was like, and even some of the artifacts and things that they found. Bring back memories of childhood, like the old telephones and things like that. It was really fascinating to see all that. And of course, a horrible tragedy in our country, but
they had vehicles in there, fire trucks, ambulances. Some of the places you could record and video, and there's a huge chunk of it. Most of it you could not.
And to your point, it's a memorial and it should be treated that way. And I'm just amazed at the artifacts that they were able to preserve from the site in the midst of all of that tragedy and chaos. It's great that future generations will be able to kind of live that history and be able to understand what happened.
So we got to do that again. It was good. And of course, like Matt said, we were walking through there, remembering where we were. And I was in high school. I have flashbulb memory every moment of that day.
Yeah.
I knew something was happening that was important, so I went home and put my VHS in and hit record. I think I got 2 VHS tapes full of news stuff back at my parents' house. That would be kind of cool to transfer to DVD, if DVD is still a thing.
Right. Some kind of electronic.
Some kind of digitize it. That would
Yeah.
be really interesting.
So we finished at the museum and went to have some dinner and had an interesting subway ride back to the hotel.
But we did get to go see the Ghostbusters house, the firehouse.
Oh yeah, that was really cool. That was really cool.
along the way there was this building. It's like not a hotel, but like apartment building or something. It was shaped like a Jenga. It's just like little kind of weird stacked on top of each other. That was really cool.
And Google calls it the Jenga building.
Yeah, the
which is
Jenga building.
Very true.
Yeah,
From the way it looks.
Like Chicago has the beam. There's a New York beam, which was kind of cool to stop at. But
Yeah.
had a not very fun subway ride back. Thankfully we won't have to ride those again.
Yeah, a lot of craziness that should never happen in the world, period, but was happening on that train, and I think everybody pretty much exited the train, whether that was their stop or not, because they wanted to be away from what was happening there.
Yeah,
So
because you never know.
Yeah. So anyway,
Then we stopped and got some milk, and we're going to finish off our dozen donuts, except for the one we're going to have in the morning. So
great. Yeah.
excited for that.
Yeah.
But we are looking forward to tomorrow.
Nice.
So where would two RVers who love the quiet go on vacation to? Well, we decided to take a week-long cruise from New York City to Bermuda. And the best part of sailing out of the chaos was seeing the Statue of Liberty as we left the bay. Alrighty, so we decided to take a cruise. Matt had some time in between his starting dates.
Starting dates, yeah.
Starting dates. And so we found kind of the perfect time to go on a cruise. So we are currently on board the Norwegian Joy, headed towards Bermuda.
Yeah, we haven't been on a cruise in 5 years, so since before the pandemic and all that kind of stuff. So we're excited to kind of get back on the boat and do this whole thing. I think one of my favorite things is getting out on the deck in the middle of the night and looking at the stars and all that kind of stuff in the open ocean.
I'm
it's
so
really
excited
fun.
about that.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll do a review of the room, show y'all what we've got, and kind of take y'all with us.
Nice.
Easy.
Seems like our kind of place.
Yes! Look at these sides.
Tell me, Matt, what do you like about the thermal suite?
It's pretty amazing. The views are just spectacular. It's like a whole wall of windows right out over the ocean.
It's very relaxing. We were hoping to get the Haven, but this is like our own little haven.
And we have the whole place really to ourselves at the moment.
Especially on dock days. There's like no one here. It's very relaxing. I'd probably fall asleep, but like part of me wants to be out and exploring, but I'm really enjoying this space.
Yeah, me too.
I got the island drink with the rum swizzle. Haven't tried it yet, but it's really good.
I'm also going to try the rum swizzle. Yeah.
This is good. You got fish and chips, and I got the local sandwich of raisin bread with fish. Look at this. Look at this. Well, always likes to do that. I've never had a raisin bread sandwich before. It'll be really interesting to see what this is like. I'm kind of excited. I like eating like local stuff that I can't get anywhere else. So I'll be interested to see what this is like.
Yeah.
What you think of St. George's so far?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah. Reminds me of like a little European town.
Yeah. The little colorful buildings.
Yeah. European like feel, but more of a like island.
Right. Right. A little less hot today, thankfully.
Yeah.
Got a bit of a hike.
Hope the clouds continue to block everything.
Alright, so this is the unfinished church in St. George's Parish. Long, interesting history with it. They were starting to build it, and then the two different groups in the church were starting to disagree on like where to put the pulpit and the pews and stuff. And so they split and built a different church, invested a different church, and they kept trying to like come back and invest in it, and they eventually built like a roof and the floors and stuff, but there was a fire and another church, and they decided instead of finishing this church, which they were so close to, they decided to invest in this other church. And then a hurricane happened and tore like the roof and all this other stuff off of it, and then this is what we have today as a result of all of those different little decisions, is this unfinished church, which was supposed to be huge and amazing and seat like hundreds of people, but it's just really cool to see kind of the ruins of it and what it would look like if they did finish it. It's really cool. Also, they have weddings here today. They like set people up over there to get married, and all the little spectators back here. Seems like it would be really cool to get married in this particular place, but they got some little flowers and stuff left over, maybe from previous weddings, but I imagine it would be really pretty to get married here. In 1609, English travelers were on their way to Jamestown and were blown off course, shipwrecking them into Bermuda. A short time later, a colony was built there, which meant forts were needed to protect the island from invaders. Fort St. Catherine was primarily an artillery fort built in the early 1600s. Bermuda built 90 forts to protect them from potential Spanish invasions and safeguard their harbors. Surprisingly, the forts were not ever really used, and Fort St. Catherine became a tourist stop in the 20th century. Mind your head, Matthew. Guess who doesn't have to mind her head? Yeah. Mind your head. Mind my head. Actually.
Meanwhile,
Uh-oh.
I have to mind my head.
Mind your head.
Stand up.
Are you squatting? Look at you squatting. What you learning, Matthew?
It's a pretty bland diet. Potatoes, meat, bread. That's pretty much all they ate.
And water. But then they became alcoholics. Ice cream would be so good right now.
Yeah.
Getting back on the boat for getting on the, where are we, on a ferry? I'm so hot right now. On the ferry to go back to the boat from St. George. It is like 400 degrees outside. I have never sweated this much in my life.
Bermuda is painful. Like, it's a beautiful place, but the sun is so, like, intense.
It's miserable.
Yeah.
But it's very pretty. We're gonna hopefully come back tomorrow to go to Tobacco Bay and swim. So we'll see how it goes. Sit at the top of the catamaran by ourselves.
Sunset cruise. It's gonna be awesome.
Cruise. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And lots of swizzle, apparently 17 gallons for the boat.
For like 17 people.
That's
not gonna
ridiculous. But should be relaxing. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Mile and a half wide at its widest point, which is over here on the left-hand side. And you can throw a rock from one side to the other at its ends. It is not a singular island or an archipelago. 127 islands in total make up the country of Bermuda. 7 main, which are connected by the various bridges. We got a couple examples of those this evening. And then you've got a bunch of little smaller outer islands. Some are government owned, some are private.
think of the cruise?
This has been awesome. We had a beautiful sunset and great crew, great boat, and just a lot of fun.
Yeah, the weather's been really nice. The clouds blocked a bit of the sunset, but we still got to see it, just a little bit of it, so it's been really nice.
It's been awesome.
Definitely, if you come here, do a sunset cruise on a catamaran.
Yeah.
All right, so this week was all about vacations and doing something different when you have time to just spend together. That's more than just a few hours, maybe a day, maybe a week, but just kind of getting out of your comfort zone and doing something a little bit unique.
Yeah, I think it's really neat to do that. You know, we all sort of have our day-to-day lives, and we, you know, when we're at home, at least we work from our home, so you know we really sort of get into this routine day to day. So it's kind of nice to be able to get out, and it really reframes your perspective on life, and gives you an opportunity to explore and do new things, take new challenges together. And I think those are really the memories that you take with you over long periods of time.
Yeah, definitely the new things that you do together as a couple or as a family, whatever unit you're in, but just those new, unique, different things are the memories that have always stuck out for me.
Well, and you know, I know a lot of people's families, you know, from friends growing up, they would go to the same, you know, beach house every year, or the same lake place every year, or the same mountain house every year. I've just never really enjoyed that. I've always wanted to do new things. Even if we go to the same region, I want to go to a different cabin or a different thing, just because I think it gives you a whole different experience.
So I think that doing something new and different together as a unit, whatever that looks like for you, is really helpful to kind of grow together, because you're creating new experiences and new memories and learning new things together and exploring new stuff that you hadn't before. So you learn about each other in different ways that you hadn't before, because you may discover you like something, or they like something that you didn't know before you did that. So I think it's really helpful to do new things.
Yeah, it opens up your world to all kinds of new possibilities, and you may just stumble across that next new thing that you really love doing, or activity, or you know, or it may just be a really big challenge that you'll always remember tackling together. So
either way, it'll be memorable. So let us know your thoughts. What kind of stuff do you guys like to do? What do you suggest we should do? So let us know.